Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna give some feedback to Oybekjon. I hope you have watched his mock test already. And if you're new to this channel, I post content related to IELTS and other English proficiency tests over here. And you will find a bunch of IELTS speaking mock tests along with the feedback. So let's get to it. I'll be looking here.
Tell me your full name.
Well, my full name is Abdulghaffar Oybekjon, but you can call me Oybek.
So in part one, if they're asking your full name, your name, something, you don't need to add a lot of detail. Some students, okay, these are rare cases, it doesn't happen all the time. But some students just give an intro about their life and everything. You don't need to do that. If the examiner is asking your name, simply say, my name is blah blah.
Okay, Oybek. Right. Where are you from?
I'm from Uzbekistan, a city called Kokand.
Called, it's called, right? Called. Many Uzbek students got this issue, so I'm not gonna say a lot on this because I have already done so in multiple videos.
Can you tell me more about Kokand?
Yeah, it's a place.
See, even in part one, if you say I'm from this place or I'm from Uzbekistan, that is actually okay because you don't need to mention literally everything in the beginning. Okay, if you give some short answers in between, it's fine.
Which is located in Fergana region.
Mhm.
It's mostly well known for its food and one of the museums, which is called Khan.
I can call it.
Mm-hmm. Great. And do you work or study?
Uh, I,
Okay, you can cough in between, don't worry. Like, let's say you're having a bad day, maybe you're under the weather. In that case, you can cough, you can sneeze, but don't overdo it. I mean, I know we cannot control it, but still.
I have just started a career in teaching. I teach English language for students,
So he's a teacher, you already know.
and I guess
That's
it's getting interesting.
okay. So why do you think it's getting interesting?
Because I like to talk to people, and being teacher gives you the
Being a teacher, right? Being teacher, I'm not really sure if that is correct. It's being a teacher.
opportunity to talk with a lot of students.
Maybe like being human, I have heard that somewhere, I'm not sure. But at least for me, it's being a teacher.
So it's nice.
hmm Okay. So what are the challenges that you face as a teacher?
We face a lot of challenges.
Talents?
Challenges.
Challenges.
So if you don't understand one word, you can repeat like he did, otherwise you can be a bit polite, okay? Because when you say, some students are like, what? And some people consider it as rude. You won't simply go and say, what, right?
Challenges. Um, Dealing with paperwork and checking homework. Um,
Yeah.
Sometimes students do not do their homework, and it
No, you guys don't. Sometimes students are like, ah, I had some other work, I had this, I will do it tonight. I'll submit it before tomorrow's class. Dude,
it's pretty annoying to be honest. And also checking their homework takes much of the time. So
true, it takes a lot of time.
Okay, that's so true. I can relate. All right. So did you always want to become a teacher?
not exactly. Life happens to you,
Life happens to you. Really good usage.
and just I haven't thought about becoming a teacher. I was more of a businessman who wanted to establish his business and deal with lots of customers. But yeah, like when COVID-19 hit, I
Actually, I think that was the time many of our lives changed, right? When COVID happened, some of us discovered ourselves, some of us when me mad. Okay, some people were nuts. So yeah, that was a point of time. I would say in most of our lives, were many things changed.
Had no choice but to apply for university and became a teacher.
Okay. So do you think you will change your career in the future?
I don't think so because I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Get the hang of it. So he's understanding it. He's actually enjoying it, kind of. Okay, here getting the hang of it basically means yeah, he's understanding. He's getting better at it. Okay, so get the hang of it. This is the meaning. Okay, so you're understanding it, right? So it is becoming easier for you. All right, that is the meaning. So
I enjoy teaching people, so probably I end up becoming one of the great teachers
I end up, I'll end up, right? I will end up in future. Hmm.
here in Uzbekistan, hopefully.
Okay, that's amazing. Now let's talk about reading. Okay.
All right.
So do you enjoy reading books?
Actually, questions related to books are very common, and some students are like, I don't read books. I don't know anything about books, dude. I mean, you're preparing for IELTS. Other than that, you're gonna study abroad. Otherwise, going to the university. So anyhow, you're supposed to read some books. Maybe read a story or two. It doesn't take a lot of time, right? Okay, let's say you don't really enjoy reading. It's not your cup of tea. Then there are audiobooks. Go and listen to audiobooks. You will get the story. When you get this question, simply don't mention that it was an audiobook, rather you okay?
Honestly, no, I'm not a book person. Honestly, I like to read articles, short articles.
Articles, he got some pronunciation issue over the articles, right? So um, let's go articles. Articles. Yeah,
Article.
this is the proper pronunciation. So be careful.
I become easily bored when I have to read something too long.
That's so true. It happens with most of us.
So I'd rather read articles instead of books.
Hmm. Okay, so do you prefer
I would rather. So that usage, I really like it. Okay, I would rather.
reading physical books or using digital devices?
It depends, honestly. If I don't have
See, in part one and part three, even in part two, all are your opinions. So you don't need to give a really straight answer or a correct answer. Any answer is correct here, if it makes sense. Okay. So here he mentions it depends. So it is upon him, right? Like reading this and that. So everything is dependent on him. So he's just simply mentioning it.
the physical book, I would opt for, you know, digital version, ebook. But if I have the book itself on me, I would probably read
Book itself on me, really good usage.
the printed version because it gives me, you know, a sense of
Here, before a sense of satisfaction, he had a little struggle. Huh, that's fine.
satisfaction, sense of feeling, and I can relate to the feeling of touching the paper itself.
Hmm.
I think he could have added little clarity, otherwise it's clear.
Do you have a favorite author?
I'm not very familiar with authors, but I believe J.K. Rowling,
Again, little
who
struggle.
wrote the Harry Potter versions of the book, is very famous, and I can identify her and read her books because he's, in my opinion,
I'm not really sure if he said she or he. Let's listen to it again.
is very famous, and I can identify her and um, I'm not very familiar with authors, but I believe J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter versions of the book, is very famous, and I can identify her and
Okay.
read her books because he's,
He's
in my opinion, so well talented
is she's right. Don't get confused.
writer.
Okay. Now let's talk about libraries. Do you ever go to the library?
Do you guys go? I don't think many people go to libraries these days.
Well, I used to, honestly, when I was studying at the university, I used to come to library and do some research
You used to come to library. You go to the library, right? Be careful a little bit.
and do my homework. But now I don't ever go to libraries because honestly I don't need to go there. I can find any books on my phone. The reason why I used to go to a library was spending time with my girlfriend
Really honest answer.
and do some homework together.
Mhm. Okay, so
Okay, so that was a good answer. You can be honest here, right? And it reminded me of a meme. I'll just show it here.
are libraries popular where you live?
Not exactly. People usually don't want to go libraries.
Don't want to go to libraries, not go libraries.
Mhm.
Um, but maybe it's just because we don't have many libraries here in my town.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, if you are looking for a similar mock test, you can contact me on WhatsApp. Otherwise, you will find my Telegram ID or my channel's link down in the description. So check it out. And do note that it will take a while for your videos to be out. I'm kind of occupied with some other work also. So that is why I'm kind of inactive these days.
We have only one library, and it belongs to the university.
I feel like with pronunciation, it's okay. Everything is clear, but still, it can be more smoother.
So if you're a student of the university, you can go and do your stuff. But if you're not a student, maybe you're not
If you're not a student,
allowed to enter and enjoy the atmosphere at the library. So maybe that's the reason.
hmm
Okay, great, Oybek. Your part one is over. Now let's move on to part two of the speaking test. Okay,
So far, everything seems to be fine. In between, he got little mistakes. Otherwise, everything seems to be okay.
All
so
right.
here I'm going to start.
This is the cue card I gave him. Describe a book that you recently read and enjoyed. Okay, and I'm recording this on, what should I say, 24th July, and I took his mock test on 13th June. Imagine the wait. Anyhow, let's go.
Let's begin.
All right. So I'd like to talk about a Harry Potter book, which I recently read and enjoyed very much. So usually I don't read books because I get easily bored from reading them.
I get easily bored or I get bored easily. Both are okay.
But one of my friends, whose name was Farouk,
Was Farooq, what is his name now? He is right. So whose name is?
suggested me to read one or two books to improve my English skills, especially reading and speaking skills.
There he had little struggle.
So I decided to opt for Harry Potter book because
He gotta work a bit on his pronunciation.
um, I have seen the movie before, so it was easy for me to get into story and know the details very very much. So what interested me was magical beasts. The book was pretty
Magical beast, not beast. This is it, right. So it's beast. Hmm. Yeah.
Beast, beast,
much detailed. The
Detailed.
um, magical world where people can use magic, and then there are some creatures that have magical powers. So it was really fascinating for me. So the reason why I enjoyed very much from this book was it was science fiction, and I really enjoy reading and watching science fiction movies. So it allowed me to use my imagination, and you feel like I was in the book. I was experiencing the
Yeah, he had little network issues.
same emotions and same occasions with the people who were the characters of the book. So I got really thrilled by reading this book.
Thrilled. Thrilled.
Can you add a bit more?
Okay, so here he couldn't speak till I stopped him on for 2 minutes. And if you are like him, it is actually okay. You don't need to worry a lot, but it's always better that you speak for 2 whole minutes. And if you don't speak, okay, if it's through a video call, the examiner will do the same as I did here. I asked them to add some more information. Otherwise, if it's face to face, most likely they will use some gestures and say something, right? So it's better that you speak till they stop you. Even let's say, unfortunately, you don't have any idea. Otherwise, you stopped answering or you just ended the answer before 2 minutes or before the examiner stopped you. It's fine. You can make it up. Okay.
Yes.
So here, like, if you get that question, like, can you add something more? Don't freak out. Some students freak out. If you freak out, you lose it all, right? So be cool-headed and don't freak out. Simply answer.
One of the parts was really great where Harry Potter, the main character, fights one of the beasts, and his
Beast. Beastess is not Beastess, one of the beasts, right?
father comes to help.
Okay,
Actually,
thank
his
you.
father was dead, but
All right, so I'll be asking one or
So in again, if the examiner stops you or cuts you off in between a word or a sentence, it's fine. You don't need to worry.
two questions related to this. So, how many times did you read this book?
So after the cue card, you will be given one or two follow-ups, then part three starts. Sometimes in some of my videos, I just for the transition and for that smooth look, I just add part three here. Okay, maybe I think I have
help.
added that here.
Okay,
Actually,
thank
his
you.
father was dead, but
All right, so
Okay, I didn't add that transition here, but normally I do. So actually, after the follow-up, part three starts. Okay.
I'll be asking one or two questions related to this. So, how many times did you read this book?
I've read this book once
Five. Mm-hmm.
only. Um, but if I have time, I would like to reread and uh, catch some details previously got unnoticed.
Mm-hmm. I noticed. Okay.
Unnoticed.
Okay,
Even little repetition is fine.
so would you recommend this book to your friends or maybe your students?
It depends who I'm recommending the book,
Real good logical answer.
because if I'm recommending it for someone who is interested in science fiction, they can enjoy the book. But if there is someone who is more interested in romance or comedy or drama, they don't quite enjoy this kind of book, honestly. They would rather read something related to love or drama.
Okay, so let's talk more about this. So, what kind of books are popular in your country?
Well, now one of the genres of books that
Genres. Some students actually got this pronunciation wrong. Okay, so this is even though the spelling is like this, okay, I think I got it. Anyhow, okay, my internet is weak. Okay, so this is one word where many students struggle. Some say it's genre, whatever, but actually the pronunciation is like this. Listen carefully.
Genre. Genre.
Genre. That is the correct pronunciation, okay?
that is catching on is Korean dramas, especially among girls. Girls are now, being obsessed with Korean dramas. Even if their notebooks, even if their notebooks and their
So why
books are
are
from
all
Korean.
right? So why are girls getting obsessed with Korean drama?
It's just because the way the guys look, I believe. Um, um, Probably on the pictures, the Korean guys are, handsome, so to speak. But yeah, maybe that's the reason.
So to speak, and also good language here. And I got a question for you girls watching. Why do many girls like K-drama? I still don't get it. And I don't really feel like the dudes over the are handsome. I have seen some of the pictures and all, but otherwise I don't get it. I think it's the story anyhow.
But I don't really talk with many girls about this popularity.
So I'm not actually taking into consideration literally every mistakes and this and that, right? So see, even if you make minute mistakes here and there, it's actually fine. If you got the language in you, you can easily get a 7.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So why do some people prefer fiction while others prefer non-fiction?
Maybe it's because how they were exposed to such genres. For example, if someone is exposed when they were a child to fictional books, and then they have developed this preference to genres that have something to do with
So here he got little stagger here and there, but it's okay.
science fiction. But if they are, romance related by nature, they can enjoy reading or
By
watching
Mm-hmm.
romance.
major, by nature, right? Let's listen to it again.
But if they are, romance related by nature,
By
they can
nature.
enjoy reading or watching
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Rather than romance related, you can say they're romantic by nature. Some people are more romantic, right?
romance films, right?
Okay. Do you think people read less now than they used to?
Absolutely. In the past, people did not have access to technology such as smartphones, tablets. So they have to read books or newspapers in order to, be aware of the current affairs. But with a click of few buttons, now people can access to news or books on their devices. But so now people are, instead of reading, the obsession seems to be on social media,
Obsession. Actually, true. It's you guys are obsessed. Even I am obsessed. Hmm.
scrolling and watching some short videos.
Or short form content.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you think we will have less libraries in the future?
Well, we have to see what future holds, honestly,
I like that way of speech. What future holds?
because there are people who really love collecting books, and if someone have funds, they can invest in, libraries just for the sake of collecting books and enjoying the view, right? So
Mm-hmm.
um, maybe it's not that we will see less libraries in the future, but it could increase in numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It could increase in numbers. That is a possibility. So try to understand and learn how to use good, wood, and all. It will help you a lot.
Okay. How has technology affected our reading habits?
Well, I guess we don't have greater attention span these days. Technology has shaped our reading behavior so badly.
Shaped our reading behavior so badly. Good way of speech, way of actually explaining.
Instead of reading full text, we tend to focus on the relevant part and ignore the other parts of the text. So, in my opinion, at least, technology has a negative impact on teenagers, especially. So, but
Hmm.
yeah, there are some benefits, but overall negatives are much greater in terms of reading.
Okay.
In terms. His answers are pretty good, but I have little issue with pronunciation, but okay.
So IELTS is very popular in Uzbekistan now. It has been for a while, right? So do you think IELTS has somehow affected people's reading habits?
IELTS.
You won't actually get a question like this, but I thought of why not? I mean, it's a mock test, and he's from Uzbekistan, and IELTS is popular, and very popular. I don't know any other country on this planet where IELTS is this popular.
Yeah.
Maybe yes. If you are someone who is preparing for IELTS and learning English, um, you don't really have time to read books.
That's kinda true. Because see, whenever you join a class or something, or let's say you're preparing on your own, anyhow, you'll be spending around 4 to even 6 hours a day. Depends on your schedule, but still most of the students spend this much time on their IELTS preparation. So normally you won't have time to read a book or two, right?
You're overwhelmed with your homework and
Overwhelmed.
with your assignments. You have to do listening. You have to improve your reading skills by reading articles and short stories, right? At the same time, you have to pick up vocabulary and learn many of the words. So, yeah, in terms of time
In terms, you don't need to stress a lot on in terms. It's terms.
management, now students don't have uh, much time for reading or doing some social activities as well.
Hmm.
I mean, this is a good answer, but maybe he could have added one line like, but of course, reading habits have changed, and many people are reading more because of IELTS, but not books, rather just IELTS reading, something like that.
Okay. So how can reading benefit young people?
Well, it can honestly broaden their horizons.
Broaden their horizons.
When
Good
someone
usage.
reads a book, they get to know a lot of information and they get to live the characters' lives. At the same time, they can also improve their imaginations, which is a critical and important the feature of the human being, in my opinion. So,
Why do you
if
think
someone is
so?
creative,
Okay, so why do you
because
think so? Hmm.
if someone is creative and can use their imagination so well, they can come up with great solutions and then enjoy their lives. So if you're in a company which produces games for
Games.
people and teenagers, you can add some of the features by using your imagination and
Okay, great.
creativeness.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Okay, he did pretty well. Let's look at what he has to say. He didn't say a lot, I think.
A while. Nice. I enjoyed the mock test, honestly. It
Mm-hmm.
was, long, a while since I had a speaking test.
Uh-huh.
Actually, that happens with most of the IELTS trainers, I guess.
Overall,
So again, I gave some feedback, so I'm gonna skip that part. You can, if you want, you can watch the original mock test video for this. Okay. So now let's give him little. We already gave him little feedback, so little feedback plus his score. So overall, his answers are pretty logical. I like his answers. Maybe that is why I asked him a few more questions, especially in part three. Otherwise, the test won't last this long. So with some students, I tend to ask a few more questions. So don't expect the same over there. But here I just want to know more about you, more about your language. So sometimes I ask a few extra questions. Otherwise, over the for the real test, it will only last for 11 to 40 minutes, max 15 minutes. Okay. All right. So this kind of lasted for around 15 minutes if you skip all the parts in between, right? So the time is actually accurate, but sometimes I ask a few more questions, but otherwise, anyhow. So with his speaking, okay, it was actually good. I really like his answers. Everything is well connected, organized. His reasoning pretty well. Even he got a good lexical resource. He is a fluent speaker. He is actually coherent. So for fluency and coherence, I can easily give a 7, maybe 7.5, but not more than that. You already know the reason. I already mentioned everything. Then with lexical resource, 7, easy 7. Then with GRA, I can reduce it a bit, but I'm gonna give a 7 because he got good sentence structures here and there. Then with pronunciation, for me it is a 6.5 to 7. Okay. Why? Because I already mentioned his pronunciation issues. I did notice some pronunciation features, but still not everything that I wanted. So 6.5 to 7. So if you do the math, it's an overall 7 for his speaking. So I hope you enjoyed this feedback video. If you did, don't forget to share this video with all of your IELTS candidates, all of your friends who are preparing for IELTS, right? You won't say IELTS, all of your IELTS candidates. If you're a teacher, yes, fine. But otherwise, yeah, share it with literally everyone. Spread the message, spread that I do mock test, I conduct mock test. Right. So if you are also looking for a similar mock test, you can get in touch with me through Telegram or WhatsApp or maybe through Instagram, and we can get started with the mock test. Otherwise, if you want proper structured classes, maybe for a month or even crash courses for IELTS, OET, or any other English proficiency test, get in touch with me and we can get started and get your dream band score in less time. Not just less time, very short time. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. See you with the next one. Bye bye, take care, and practice.